Very good morning to my panelists. Good morning to all the members in the audience. Good morning also to people who are participating on the live stream. This is a session in which we intend to showcase how technology has been used so comprehensively in the last seven and a half years in the state of Telangana. There are many examples of Telangana showing the way or leading the way in utilizing technology. In fact, in 2014, when the state of Telangana came into being, as all of you would know, it was a part of the combined state of Andhra Pradesh. And when the new state of Telangana was created in 2014, we were asked to revise all the existing policies, and which included IT policy also. So in 2014 and 2015, when we started working on what kind of policy do we need to introduce, what kind of impact do we need to create using technology, we found that our Chief Minister was very keen that it should all be people-centric. His suggestion was that look at it from a bottoms-up approach. Understand what are the pain points which people face, a common citizen faces in different aspects, and how technology can be a solution to handle all those pain points, to reduce all those pain points. And that is how we started planning for technology applications. We realized that there are many areas where good work is already happening, but how to make it user friendly, how to bring the private sector to collaborate with the government to meet the needs of the citizens, how to ensure that all the government departments, as all of us know, governments are typically considered to be very status quoist. They are far away from technology, and they are the ones who are very resistant to change. In Telangana, there is another very good example which we followed. In fact, the credit goes to our Minister for IT, whom all of us heard yesterday. He gave this suggestion. See, normally IT departments are there in the government since time immemorial, but the typical responsibility which is given to an IT department is for hardware procurement. They are the agencies. If you require some laptops, if you require some software, you just issue an order and you issue a request, and that hardware or software is procured. IT department's responsibility is not seen beyond that. But in our state, in our government, what innovation was introduced was that our IT department created a team, a pool of professionals who were assigned to every government department, and they were asked to study what that particular government department does, what kind of processes, internal processes it has, what kind of stakeholders they cater to, what kind of outreach methods they follow to reach out to their stakeholders. And it was attempted to identify technology solutions for each of those aspects. How do you improve your internal process? How do you make them more efficient? How do you improve your outreach to the stakeholders? How do you make that a stakeholder-centric activity using technology? And again, I'm very happy to share that in the last 6-7 years or so, there has been a tremendous amount of technology application in all the government agencies, in all the government departments. In fact, there are some government departments where the usage of technology is 100%, meaning that the entire process of that department is today automated, and nothing is done manually. Similarly, there are certain other departments who have created very good user interface programs so that the stakeholders find it very easy to understand the processes of those of that department. So in this session today, we will be showcasing all those issues which are embodied in our IT policy. And of course, the IT policy, as many of you would know, government policies have a tenure of 5 years. So the first IT policy completed its 5-year tenure quite successfully. And few months ago, we are in January now, in fact in August of last year, 2021 that is, we came up with the second version of the IT policy, in which this particular concept, that technology is meant for social impact, technology is meant for solving the pain points of the common citizen, technology is meant to improve efficiency of the governance systems. All these things have been reiterated. And of course, since the last 7 years, we have also seen amazing usage of of a new generation of technologies that we call emerging technologies or frontier technologies. So Telangana being a pioneering state, we have also decided that we will try to use these emerging technologies or new generation technologies as much as possible. So, and the third important issue is that if you want to be a technology enabled state, you also have to take responsibility for infrastructure. If you want to reach out to the commonest person who is living in some remote habitation, the last remote and rural habitation of the state, infrastructure also needs to be created. Otherwise, all your intentions, all your wishes, they will only remain pipe dream. So what has been the state's approach in creating infrastructure? This is again a very fascinating story because we also have the national program of Digital India of providing broadband connectivity to people, but how have we implemented it in Telangana? So today's session basically will cover these aspects. How have we identified the pain points of the citizens? How have we provided technology solutions? How has emerging technology been used? How have some government agencies have reached out to their stakeholders in a very innovative and technology driven manner? And finally, what kind of infrastructure has been created? So I would now request my fellow panelists to please come to the stage. I have the pleasure of inviting Mr. Rajendra Nimje, who is the Director General of the Center for Good Governance. They will be, as many of you would know, the center has won the silver prize yesterday on a very innovative solution related to the mining department. Mining department, as some of you will know, it is considered to be a department, mischief going on, lots of loopholes exist. So how has transparency and simplicity been introduced in this particular complicated sector of mining? So that is a case study which will be presented by DG CGG. I also invite my colleague, Commissioner for E-Governance, Mr. GT Venkateshwar Rao. Mr. Venkateshwar Rao, again, yesterday when you were listening to our minister's speech, our minister mentioned about a number of e-governance initiatives which we have successfully carried out. So Mr. Venkateshwar Rao will be explaining about some of these e-governance initiatives and how a bottoms-up approach has been taken, how we have understood the pain points, what are the challenges which citizens face, and he will try to explain how some of that has been achieved. I would also like to invite another colleague of mine, Srimati Rama Devi Garu, who is the Director for Emerging Technologies in Telangana government. As her designation, as her title indicates, she is the Director for Emerging Technologies. And I again can share this with you very proudly. Telangana is perhaps the only state in the country which has created a separate wing on emerging technologies. Of course, we have e-governance wing, which is there for again a long time. And but to give a distinct focus on new generation technologies, encouraging solutions which are created by young entrepreneurs, startups to look at some of the pressing problems. That is a approach which Emerging Technology Department faces, and she will be explaining how emerging technology has been used in some of these citizen focused programs, etc. We have one more panelist. I guess there is some miscommunication. He was given a different timing for this session. So if he is able to join us, after I finish, I'll try to contact him. I'll see if he can join. If he joins us physically, he is our director who looks after electronics, semiconductor, and he's implementing a very important program for the state, which is called T-Fiber. I told you earlier that you may have great digital vision, you may have great intention, great ideas, but none of it will materialize if you don't create digital infrastructure. So the responsibility of creating digital infrastructure rests with another department in the IT wing, which is called T-Fiber. So another panelist will join, hopefully. If he is not able to join physically, I'll see if he can connect at least virtually. So we'll make some arrangement. So this is how the session is planned. 4 of us will explain about different facets of citizen-centric, technology-enabled solutions, how departments are benefiting from technology solutions, how emerging technologies are being used to provide these solutions, and finally, what is the vision in creating a digital infrastructure which covers the last mile, the very last mile, how every household in Telangana will get digital connectivity. So I would now invite the panelists to make their presentations. I would request the three of you, and I'll also be telling Mr. Sujay, the fourth panelist,